got the wrong size socket there.
Yep. Good start.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Retro Overland project. Part 1 being we actually had to buy the vehicle. We've done that clearly.
Of course. Yeah.
See it sitting behind us. But now, what do we have to do?
Well, we've got to put some life juice in it, basically servicing.
Yes, we want to service the whole thing up, sort any little niggles and problems which we'll go through with you, and stick around to the end because we're going to be adding up all that we've spent so far and making sure that we're keeping this within the £5 budget.
Woo.
So I reckon this job we're going to do over about 2 days, mostly because we were about 20 minutes too late at Euro Car Parts yesterday to get the final bits and pieces, with 2 main jobs, one being the tie arms, or on the front. The steering is slightly skew-whiff, which Christina really hates, and it being her car, we need to get that sorted as soon as possible. So we've got a full set of tie arms, adjustable tie arms for both sides. I tried to move them, they're pretty see, so just going to remove them, replace them. It's going to be much easier, and we've got fresh ball joints then, and these ones are greasable too, which is a bonus. Second major job today, I say major, it's not too bad. We have 8 litres of SP3 automatic transmission oil. These Mitsubishis need to have the SP3 grade oil, so we are going to take a pipe off of the cooler and run the engine for less than a minute, pump all the old oil out into said bucket, which we bought yesterday at the local Yorkshire Deals shop, which if you look closely it has a measuring or litres on the inside of the bucket, so we can know exactly how much we took out and replace with the same.
Tomorrow we're going to get some oil, also we're going to get some coolant, followed by the next few jobs as to flash them both through. So we have here some rad cleaner, and this fancy elegant bottle says engine flash.
No. Crikey, who did those up?
I thought I'd loosen some for you. Right? They look hilarious. Rolling, 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 rolling. Oh, you heavy pig.
Shall I help you?
No.
It's the clip for the centre cap that's getting in the way. Yay!
Are those like weird teeth are stuck?
Exactly. Well done.
One more to go.
So we are using jacks today because we don't have jack stands at the moment, but we are not going to be under the vehicle before anyone gets too upset. But anyway, we will put the wheel under the front just in case it were to drop, and it's not going to go all the way, and it will land on that 33, which will definitely stop it.
Well, whilst the wheel is off, also is a great opportunity to basically inspect things, and we have had this horrendous squeak, and Jack earlier noticed what it's about. It's this shock bush. If you look down there.
Shock bush is shot.
Yep.
And the amount of squeaking that can create is incredible.
It's horrendous, literally.
We'll check the condition of things like the brake pads. As you can just about see here, the pads have probably about half-life left in them, so we don't need to change those just yet, but it might be worth carrying a set of spares on a longer adventure. Yay!
Keep rolling.
Notice this, the rebound rubber is missing, so we'll have to get a new one of those too. These tie arms were in dire need of changing anyway. See, the rubbers are split, and there's literally, you can feel it grinding in there. Not a lot left to that. Crack it really hard. Gone for the ball joint splitter. You know it's coming. The big pop. Okay, the other side was pretty scary. That side just fell out.
It just fell out.
You must have loosened it.
I even haven't had a second to get anxious.
It worked.
Oh.
That's how you do it.
Show off.
Those are absolutely knackered. So gritty. Look at that. Nothing left of it. It feels so horrible.
There's a split there.
Christina is just measuring off the old ones, getting them roughly the same, and then we'll use our best eye to straighten up the wheels before we go and get the tracking done and the alignment tracking, and then it should be good as gold. Going for the pre-grease. Easier this way. There we go.
Whoops. Okay. We have cut out an old poly bush, which was an absolute pig and useless, and we replaced it with a standard rubber bush in here, so I might keep this as a souvenir.
That fits nice and tight, that one.
It is, yeah, and that's actually comes from two ends and that's one hole, so.
No more squeaking, hopefully. That's totally solid now. That ain't gonna squeak.
Hold on, I'm not understanding fully.
You nearly there.
We'll lift it.
Just lift and push. There you go, you did it.
Well, this is how we do it, or have been doing for years.
We've done it by eye, and we get it pretty spot on. I'm just going off the back tyre now, and it looks pretty good. Check the other side, adjust, and that's enough until we go and get it.
Yep.
You know, tracked at the shop. This is science and stuff.
And stuff. Right.
That's the only squeak we're going to have, hopefully.
She's driving straight.
It's so straight.
She's driving straight.
Success. This is the test drive,
Oh,
if you hadn't guessed.
We went for a spin and it was just like the most stress-free run up to 50 easily, because there was no
Because before it was at what, like 25 degrees?
Yeah, it was actually quite like that. Yeah, it was quite up. This alignment by 45 degrees almost, to be honest.
So much nicer to drive.
Yeah.
Dead straight. No wobble.
This is helping me to get my confidence back in driving, so I'm very grateful for this.
That is a success.
Today is the next day. We are here at the Euro car parts to pick up some goodies, and here comes Jack.
Right, got the bits. Let's get back home and get on with it, eh?
Yep.
Is it just me, or the price of everything has gone up so much, like within the last year or so? Like 100 quid for, you know, some 1040 semi-synthetic 5 litres of concentrate antifreeze, some deionised water, a filter. I'm sure that would have used to cost like 60-70 quid, but there we go. Let's go. Day 2. We got our oil, got our antifreeze, deionized water, the oil filter. We're going to start with the gearbox oil. So we've hooked up this pipe, taking the pipe off the gearbox cooler. Going to fill it up into our measured buckets and see how much we get out. We'll replace with the same.
Care to explain what happened?
We chose the wrong outlet. We chose the inlet rather than the outlet, so 50-50 I guess, made a mess. And we swapped the pipe over.
Literally a second ago I was wiping a giant splodge of oil off Jack's phone. The whole phone was covered. Well, this is what I come up with to get the gearbox oil down the dipstick. Pretty proud of that.
Made it a job really quick.
Yeah, actually it did.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks.
Just draining the rad off now. Took the lower radiator hose off. It's certainly dirty, but not the worst that I've seen. But definitely due a change. To be fair, the bucket was already dirty, that's what the mud is. And the water is, ooh, great. Not the cleanest. And here is the gearbox oil, the SP3, well, we hope it is anyway. It looks black as hell in this bucket, of course, but it's actually not the worst. It's still sort of like a brown, and it's not burnt or anything. It doesn't smell burnt. You can smell it on the ATF when it goes, so that's not too bad. So we've just drained out the 5 litres, re-put through some clean 5 litres. We'll see how cherry red that looks on the dipstick. If it still looks dirty, we'll probably have another one of these, so we'll flush it through again. So we'll put some clean water in with the rad cleaner and run it for a while, 15 minutes, drain it again, and then refill with the clean stuff, deionized water and glycol blue antifreeze. So we want to know what's the weirdest thing you've done to your vehicle. I've just been underneath taking this out, which is the block drain plug for the coolant. Most people just do it, you know, from the radiator and stuff, which is fine, cleans out, but you get a lot of crud build up at the back of the block. And took that out, no water comes out. So I spent the last 15 minutes wiggling a flathead screwdriver in the hole, removing all this crud, until eventually it just suddenly went with the gush and I got covered in dirty, gritty coolant, which is nice, but at least it's done. And Christina, let's turn this camera around.
Well, this is my favourite kind of hobby. I just can't stand it when, what do you call these, our jams?
Straightening out the fins on the intercooler.
I can't stand it. It's really straight, and I think it also gives a bit more airflow, or maybe I'm wrong. So anyway, go on, tell us what's your weirdest thing you have done on a car which you think probably other people don't do it.
Just trying to take off the top hose to add in the temperature sensor. Awkward place. Got it in one. No spillage yet.
Yeah.
Glug, 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 glug. No drinking it.
How much?
Well then.
Well
that
then.
pretty much sorts us out for service and maintenance side of things on the little Pajero.
Yes, which was quite actually fun and rewarding to do it yourself.
It was. We saved loads of money in labour hours.
Yeah.
It probably would have cost, you know, hundreds of pounds in labour, so pleased about that. Yeah, let's go through some of the numbers and make sure we're on track for our £5 budget.
Ooh, that's the
Of
goal.
course, when we first purchased the car, we bought it at
2,100.
£2,100, leaving us a quick maths.
Oh, 2,900.
2,900 to get to spend on the total bill. Service items that I've bought for this project we've been doing the last couple of days came to a total of £288. So 2,100 plus our £288 spend the last few days brings us to £2,388. We've got a fair bit to go for all the exciting things such as tyres, overland gear, roof racks and storage and all that kind of stuff, so excited to get stuck into that. But yeah, I'll just list off the items that we got. I also went and got a couple of extra things because we realised the air filter was super dirty.
Honestly, that air filter was looking ancient.
Yeah.
Oh, in the state actually.
It's probably one of the worst I've seen, so
yeah.
That's on order, as well as a bump stop we found was missing
Yeah.
on the front, so we can replace that. But everything we got, that was including, so £288 covers the gearbox oil, the SP3 tie arms and the fan belt, engine oil, the transfer and diff box oil,
Quite a lot.
oil filter, fuel filter, engine coolant, the glycol stuff has to be the blue stuff on these, which is kind of rare these days. Temp gauge, digital temp gauge and housing, air filter and bump stop as well. So yeah, all in, that's everything. So we've saved ourselves a fair bit in labour, of course. Leave it there for this week, and yeah, please do hit subscribe, like this video, helps us out.
Let us know as well in comments what you think, and also one of those odd jobs you do on a car and you think that other people don't do it.
Like me picking out crud from the block drain.
Yes, and like me
Covered in
actually.
a shower of dirt.
Oh, honestly, I needed to jet wash him afterwards.
It was pretty bad. And hot as well.
One of my odd jobs I tend to do, what do you call that thing again?
The intercooler.
The intercooler. If those metal ribs are jammed, I usually use a screwdriver to straighten them out.
Christina's good at that, so anyone needs their
No.
radiator straightening out, it's how much? £10 an hour?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or pastry. I would
Yeah,
say. Pastry
plus
per
food
hour.
and food and drinks included.
Yeah, that's a fair deal. Anyway, let us know what's one of those jobs you tend to do in a car and which is a very odd job. So yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Make us feel better.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Alright.
Catch you in the next one.
Yeah, adios.
Bye.
I got it!
Well done.
That tells you for trying to stick up. Then.
The attack wasp. It's been giving us grief.
Yep, going around all my ankles. I feel very sinister.